SustainSwift's CDP AI Partner 2026 has two components. The first is an action agent within the web application, and the second is a Chrome browser plugin that users can use while answering the CDP questionnaire on the CDP portal. Let's first look at the CDP action agent in the SustainSwift web application. In the web application, you can configure the email IDs of users from your organization who should have access to both the plugin and the web application. Users can configure the CDP sector under which they disclose their CDP information. They can choose the environmental areas for which they need AI assistance. Finally, they can configure up to 3 pay companies from the available list, so that as they navigate the questions on the portal, the plugin shows those peers' past disclosure responses. Users can upload supporting documents for the AI to generate and validate their responses. These documents can be mapped to specific questions for deeper validation against question-level guidelines and scoring rules. Users need to download the browser plugin from the Chrome or Edge store to receive real-time assistance while they are submitting responses on the CDP portal. User opens the browser plugin on the side while answering the questions. The plugin automatically detects the question user is answering and pulls the right set of guidelines from the CDP. It also shows the scores across the DAML levels for the environmental areas you have chosen. For question 2.4, it shows the scores for the climate change and the water security. When a user clicks on an M-level score, the tool explains why the response does not receive full marks and highlights the information that is currently missing. This gives the user an opportunity to correct their response and address the gaps. When user clicks on Guidelines tab, it pulls the guidelines to show column-by-column guidance. When the user clicks on the Peers tab, the tool displays past responses to this question from the peer companies that have been configured. Users can validate their responses with the backend AI for an entire module. The tool allows them to choose whether they want to validate at the individual question level or for the whole module at once. Let's validate Module 6 by clicking the Validate button. The portal will automatically scroll to Module 6 and fetch all the questions you have responded so far for validation and score simulation. It shows the DAML scores for the questions it has validated. The user can click on a question row to jump to that specific question and review the gaps identified by the tool. Essential criteria questions are mandatory to answer. The tool lists all such questions where the user has not yet entered a response, and by clicking on a row, the user can jump directly to that question in the portal. As users validate modules and questions through the plugin, the backend web application aggregates the question-by-question data and generates simulated CDP category-level grades and environmental area scores. Users can then click on a specific category to see which questions offer the greatest potential for improving their scores.